Hello and welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the Elddis Avante 840. This is the 2021 model. Just take you around the outside. And as usual with these video handovers, I will start at the back. I've unlocked the cabinets that I can just for ease of use on this video. But here we are at the back. So we can start. We've got the two grab handles. The light cluster for running lights, brake lights, indicators, reversing lights and hazards. Got an area for your number plate there. You've got the corner steadies obviously up the back, and we also have a Highline brake light for you there. Coming around to the side, obviously a large 8-foot caravan, but with these they have the pink flush with a pink rinse. I don't mean for your hair. So this is the area where you put the pink fluid in, diluted to whatever the manufacturer says on the bottle. I just use an old pop bottle where I just put a bit of pink in and then dilute and then fill up with that. It's a standard Thetford toilet cassette. You will know when you need to empty it because there's a light on inside in the toilet area that comes on to say you need to empty it. So to remove, just literally lift this handle and pull it towards you. Okay, so there's your cassette. Now to empty, this funnel goes outwards. Undo the cap, put that somewhere safe. Because wherever you take this to the waste disposal, you don't want that falling in. To take it to the waste, this handle is telescopic, comes out, and we're on wheels, so you can just move that along. Then lift over the waste area, press on this orange button, and that will make anything flood out quite nicely. You will want to rinse out the cassette as well, so slide this back, open this, and then put the hose pipe in there to clean that out. You will see that there's a little float in there. When the cassette is full, that float obviously comes up, which puts on the indicator in the toilet area. Right, so make sure you close that before you put it all back, and then slide that back over. Blue fluid that goes into the toilet cassette, and on the cap itself there's markers of how much levels of how much blue to use. Obviously, again, look at the manufacturer's instructions on the bottle to see how much goes in and how diluted it needs to be. And that just slides back in as such. When winterizing, there's a little tube above here, so you can empty out any pink fluid that might still be in there. Drop that down, open this bung, and drain it down. You don't want that anything freezing in there for winter. Okay, right, moving a bit further along, we've got the waste pipe outlets. So these are for the two sinks, kitchen and bathroom, and for your shower. We'll supply a little bit of pipe for that as well, and that goes into the waste master, or if you have your own service pitch, you can, if you have your own drain, you can also purchase enough pipe to go straight down to the drain. Okay, the 840 is a twin axle, so 4 wheels, alloy wheels. The wheel nuts need to be torqued up to 130 Newton meters. Lots of people do have the motor movers. There's a separate video for motor movers if you have ordered any. Next area is the battery box. In here, 2 sets of keys with these. You have one flip key and one solid key as such. So there's the where the battery goes, and your electric hookup behind that. There's the a 12 volt area and a TV antenna point. If you do have a motor mover, the isolator point will be in here. Again, that's on a separate video. Just a note to self that if your legs are up and you open the battery box, which don't leave it down, because you are quite likely, well not likely, but in the unlikely event that the jockey wheel was to slip and that was to hit the ground will win. Also under here, just so you can see, a couple of exhaust vents. If you're using the heating system or the hot water on gas, that's your exhaust vent. The water system itself, it's got the whale pump. That just slides up and the pump slides in there, and that just drops down just to hold it in place. This pump goes into your aqua roll, and then you obviously water-wise you're ready to go. Round to the front of the caravan, got the typical Elddis 3 windows, 2 grab handles. It's running on the Alco chassis. These models have the Alco ATC, so the Alco trailer control. There's a sensor underneath the chassis, and if in the unlikely event that the caravan starts snaking, it'll automatically put the brakes on to prevent, to basically to stabilize the caravan. Okay, going around to the near side, external barbecue point. As it says on there, do not use gas barbecue and awning. Fire and fabric are not best bedfellows. It doesn't go well. Yeah, got a storage locker. And in here we have a 230-volt socket, which I'm using this little cutout here, like on the electric hookup, that you can run an extension lead into your awning. Okay, so all of these caravans have this identification sticker, so it's got the christened registration, the maximum plated weight, tyre pressures. On this model it's 40 psi, and the wheel bulk torque. On the alloys it's 130 newton meters as stated, but if you do need to put a spare wheel on, that needs to be torqued up to 102. Okay. Stable doors. Then you have your vents. So the top one is the microwave vent, then you've got your freezer vent and your fridge vent, and then another storage area underneath the bed. Okay. One thing I haven't shown you, well, 2 things. One, that's where your TV antenna is, and then the gas locker itself. So in the gas locker, okay, so as you can see, set up for 2 gas bottles. You only get 1 pigtail, as we call them, but gas pipe. In here you've also got your water pump. Your electric cable will also be in here. Information there's your Chris registration number again. Wheel winder and a wheel brace also inside. Okay, so that's the outside of the caravan. What we will do next is go inside. There we go. Very quickly, I'll give you a brief look around the van before we go into more detail with individual bits and bobs. You'll notice the carpet's not down in this one at the moment. It does come supplied with carpet, so please don't panic. Just show you around. Bed area into the bathroom. I'll try not to show anyone my beautiful face. Don't want to scare anyone. Right, let's get to it. So, as you step inside the van, the control panel is on your left-hand side. So you have master power is this switch here. Then you have your internal lights. And then your awning light. So this being your control for your heating is the whale heating and hot water system. You've got the temperature of the van you want, temperature of water, heating, That's your water pump to activate it, timing, and this indicates how much power you've got available. Showing 13.5, but we are plugged into the electric, so I'm not surprised at that. Currently inside the van, it's a balmy 9 degrees. But to change that, so we would need to turn the heating on, so you would press on that to start with. Then you have the option of 3.3 amps, 6.5 amps or 13 amps, now depending on how much electricity you have available to you. 3.3 will certainly work, but it'll take an awfully long time to warm anything up. On most sites, 6.5 is readily available, so that's quite often where people go with these, just to make sure that the heating works properly. If you're in a hurry to heat everything up, 13 amps for the is the maximum. You might find if you go onto that setting, bear in mind this is just for the heating at the moment, so if you then turned on a kettle and the microwave, chances are you will trip your switch. So I'm saying 6.5 is more than adequate, and it will heat up everything rather quickly. Now the temperature itself, whatever you want it set to, currently showing at 35 degrees centigrade. I think if anyone wants that in their caravan, they probably are living in the wrong country. However, it's all touchscreen, so just minus down, goes down in 1 degree at a time. I would suggest possibly 21 degrees being more than adequate. Again, if you wanted to up that, then you can do it that way. That's, you know, that's to whatever temperature you want, really. Now there's a nighttime setting, so if you wanted to change the temperature at night, go down to 12 degrees, 30, etc. It's the same, works in the same principle. You also have a frost-free setting. Should you have be plugged in over winter, or particularly like a day like this morning when it was frost and you don't want anything to freeze up, there's your frost setting. To turn that setting off and go back to normal, just press it again, so that comes off. Anything that's green means it's on. Okay. Now you can, if you don't have access to an electric hookup, use the heating system on gas. So that will work perfectly well. You also have the opportunity of just having the fan going, so if it's a bit warm out and you just want the air to circulate, it won't cool down the air, but the air will circulate in a nice cooling effect. So that's the heating. You will get the booklet, the manual with this, so please do go back to that to check anything, but you can always give us a call on 01373 752 100 if you have any questions. Now to go back to the main menu, this button here, press that, and then we have the option of the water heater, currently off at the moment. We have the option of Eco, 3.3, a frost setting again, and you also have a timed boost setting where you can boost by another 6.5 amps on to heat the water up quickly, and gas as well, so that'll time for about 15 minutes should you wish to use it. We don't have any water attached, so I'm not going to heat anything up at this time. To turn the water pump on, if we had any water there, to turn the water pump on, the pump I showed you outside, just press on that, little line will come around, a yellow line will go around it, and then it will go green if we had any water there. Like I said, you get a manual with this. Any other questions and that you can't find in the manual, please do give us a call, not a problem. Whilst we're talking about the electric, when I mentioned it might trip out if we put too much electricity through the system, let me show you where the box is. Underneath the right hand sofa, you can see there is the breaker switches and the fuses. So if you come in and you pop the power because you put too much through, that's the place to check. Okay. I also mentioned the water. Now there is a very important place to check to do something for the water. Let me just remove these cushions from here. You'll see a yellow tap. The yellow tap is either open or closed, and at that point, to winterize the caravan, so you want to make sure there's no water in it, you need to open that tap and open the taps on your sinks and shower, just to drain all the water from the water heater and from the water system just straight onto the floor. That way you don't get anything frozen up during winter. Okay. Okay, so the rest of the features of the caravan, lots of storage, but in the first cupboard we've got the radio. It's got a USB connector and an auxiliary connection. There's the booster for the antenna. That was the radio and the television. Here's the antenna. To use that, I would suggest when you get onto site, have a look where everyone's antennas are pointing. Unscrew this, lift this shaft up, and then turn it round so it's in the same direction as everyone else. Then retune your television. You can also change the pitch of the antenna, should you need to do so. Most sites where you do need to do that will let you know when you get there. Okay. But again, lots of storage. There's speakers for the antenna for the radio. Oh dear, you can tell we've just come back to work. Again, like I say, lots and lots of storage all the way around this caravan. Being the 840, it's got the nice dinette that you can sit probably 4 or 5 people around quite comfortably. Very handy for those wet days when you can't get out. There is a table at the front for if you're lucky enough for someone to make you a cup of tea in the morning, or for a glass of wine at night even. To put that back, pull out, it drops down a bit, and then just push that back in. Lots of drawer space. This is for the bed at the front, so that pulls right out, and then readjust the cushions for a very large The dinette does indeed turn into a bunk system as well. All the details for how to do that are in the manual. But like I said, it's half the fun of these things is trying to find out how to do things. Right, as you may have seen, lots of these little individual lights. These on and off themselves, well, not themselves, but they have individual switches. Lots of lighting around the top. Doesn't look much here in daylight, but it looks like Blackpool illuminations at night. One of these. Do have a large wardrobe. Curtains there for above the main French bed. Drawer space aplenty. Okay. Kitchen size of things. Here we've got in the kitchen area, we have individual light for underneath the cupboards, or to go over the cooker and the sink. Two 30-volt sockets for, I don't know, kettle, toaster, coffee maker, whatever floats your boat. Large round sink, mixer tap. Just as a warning, with the hot water does get hot. Be very careful with that. You've got an extending bit for the worktop. In here you've got a freestanding table. You've got a cutlery drawer. Lots and lots of cupboard space. And then we've got the cooker. Now the cooker is the Thetford cooker. You've got lift the glass lid, and you've got an electric hob and 3 gas burners. I'm not going to teach you how to use a cooker, but you've got the standard settings. Full-size grill, nice size oven, 1 tray in there, but if you do need 2 trays, the grill tray will act as another tray within the oven. As it says on there, don't shut the lid while the burners are light. but the lid will need to be fully up before the burners do light. And obviously if you use an electric hob, don't put the lid down, don't want to crack the lid. Underneath the cooker there are a couple of gas isolators and an electric plug. The plug is for the good God, Alzheimer's is kicking in. The plug is for the electric hob. These gas isolators are for the cooker area and the fridge, if you were to use the fridge on gas, if you were off grid, so to speak. Whilst we're talking about the fridge, there it is, large fridge freezer, power button on the left, so turn that on. As you see, the first button shows that we're on electricity. We can go on gas, work on gas, or we can work off the car alternator. Now, let's just put that back open. It beeps because we're not connected to gas or a car at the moment. The car alternator, that will work if you have a 13-pin plug on your tow bar. As long as the fridge is already cold, that will maintain the temperature so if you went on a long journey, you could maintain the temperature. It will not cool it down from the start. It will just maintain the temperature. And whilst we're talking of temperatures, to change it on here, the little thermometer, just press it up and down. We recommend 4. For anything, if you put it onto 5, you may freeze your lettuce or the wine, which is even worse. Okay, so the actual fridge and freezer itself, nice large size, large freezer box. Get plenty of ice for your gin and tonics. Although that freezer box does come out, should you wish it to, just to have a large fridge. So if you don't drink gin and tonic, you only drink wine, there you go. You always make sure this is closed firmly, just to prevent any prevent it beeping to tell you it's not closed correctly. All right, bathroom. Scary picture in the bathroom. I'll try to avoid that. So you've got a large mirror, sink and mixer tap again, little cabinet underneath, toilet and a nice large shower. Now the toilet, it does swivel if you need it to. This is the point where a light comes on when the cassette is full, as I was saying. That's the rinse, so once you've done your business, press on that to get the pink rinse in. And when you want to flush it all away into the cartridge, just push this right across. But make sure when you have completed that task, you bring it back. If you don't bring it back, you can't get the cassette out, and people have tried to pull them too hard and broken them, I'm afraid. And we don't want that. The door on the shower door itself, there's a clip to stop it moving across. It just lifts up. And the sorry if I'm making you dizzy with all this. Door closes and opens again as such, and then just clip that down. Most important when you're traveling to have that clip down to prevent any damage to the door. Bed area, lots more cupboard space. We've also got a TV point, 12 volt socket and a 230 volt and a light switch, and pretty much, oh no, I haven't done the skylights yet. Okay, so the skylights, to work these, okay, it's not raining so we can try this. So grab the handle and pull it down, keep the pressure on whilst you pull it toward, pull it back. Then that will click into place. To reinsert it, pull down, keep the pressure on and push it back. Make sure these lugs are in, and do not under any circumstances travel with those open. I think I've pretty much covered everything. These have got carbon monoxide alarms and smoke alarms in. Oh, I haven't done the window blinds. Right, the windows. Standard window fasteners, so these just open up and then push the window open, and to keep them open, tighten up these little knobs here. All of them have got fly screens blackout blinds. Word of warning, when you're putting these screens back up, hold on to them, otherwise they will go up rather rapidly. The only window that doesn't have a fly screen is the big front window sunroof. It's got the blackout blind, but as it doesn't open, there's no fly screen. But the fly screens and the blackout blinds are all the same on all of the windows. So I think we're just about there. As I said, it's got a bin down there. Like I said, stable door. Any questions, do give us a call on 01373 752 100. Other than that, all there is to say is enjoy your caravan and happy holidays. Thanks for watching.